What's up, everybody? It's AJ with What's Poppin' in Pattaya. You might have missed me, as we mentioned from our previous What's Poppin' in Pattaya, that I was doing a little bit of a traveling and got to see the Rocket Festival in Yasatam. You can take a look on our YouTube channel for some of the highlights of that event. Now, though, today when we're recording this is the last day of May, and we're just about to enter June. And there are so many events and so many things going on in June that most of this video will be focused exactly on what's popping and what's going on right here locally for June. Now, May did not see many events. This was because of the elections, and a lot of events decided to skip that period out of fear of not being able to run them properly. All that's relieved now. So what we're going to start with is this weekend. On Saturday, June 3rd, will be a religious holiday, one of the most important religious holidays of the entire year, which will see Thais everywhere head to the local temples to circle around the temples of Vientiane. But what this mostly means for many of our viewers and many of our expat readers, as well as tourists, is yes, yet another alcohol ban. Now in May, we saw 2 weekends in a row with alcohol bans, and for some of the area out in Nong Pru, 3 weekends in a row with alcohol bans. And yes, you are getting another one right here. This will take place from Friday night at midnight until Saturday night at midnight, a total of 24 hours without alcohol sales in Pattaya. Now, you might be thinking, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with myself for an entire 24 hours with all the bars closed? Well, we know many of you will be up very, very early to go to temples and go to all the temple celebrations to mark this day. But if you're not one of those, we have a number of other events that you could attend. First up is Sea Bear's Food Festival, taking place at Central Mall from June 1st until June 7th. Now, some of you might be thinking, who the heck is Sea Bear? Well, I'll answer that for you. Sea Bear is Pattaya's #1 Thai language food blogger and social media influencer. She's extremely popular in the Thai industry overall. Now, many of our foreign readers haven't heard of her, but she's got almost 2 million followers and has been doing this for quite a few years. As a result, 100 vendors are going to set up at Central Mall, many of them celebrity chefs, celebrity influencers. This is not your mom and dad's food festival that you see all the time on Beach Road. This is going to have some really unique celebrity chefs and dishes. Of course, admission is free, and what you pay will be up to each of the booths from there also. Now, for our next event is the Amazing Film Festival Experience, taking place June 2nd to June 4th, also this weekend as another option, right here in Pattaya. This will take place in Wisdom Valley, which is out in East Pattaya. But the good news is, if that's too far for you, there's free shuttles running from Central Pattaya Mall and some other locations. We'll put that actually in the description for you on YouTube. Now, this will show films in both English and Thai in a variety of locations, but it's not just films. They're going to have food, they're going to have concerts. They hope to make this an annual event. And the great news, wait for it, it's free. Now, if that wasn't enough, also this weekend will be the Halal Food Festival, which is at the Nong Pru Public Park in Naklua, and will take place from June 2nd to June 4th. Not only will this feature almost 100 different food vendors serving, of course, halal food, but will also feature Islamic sermons, Muslim community demonstrations, and all sorts of other things that you should go and check out right in Naklua at the Nong Pru Public Park. Now, that is just this weekend. June itself has all sorts of things coming on. The biggest is this is Pride Month, which of course benefits the LGBTQI+ community all throughout Thailand. There are a number of events taking place in Pattaya that we're sure you don't want to miss. The first of those is on June 10th. The first of two, yes, two major parades in Pattaya takes place. This one is actually technically on Jomtien Beach, and is being put together by several different organizations, including Swing, which benefits sex workers in Thailand. Now, you are going to see dancers, floats, all sorts of amazing things during this parade on the beach. There is also taking place the big parade. This one takes place on June 24th. And this will be a citywide Pride parade. Not only are they doing the parade, which will be right on Pattaya Beach in the afternoon, but they're also going to light up Pattaya Beach in rainbow colors from all the major hotels and major buildings to make everybody celebrate Pride Month right here in Pattaya. And there's also a number of other things too, such as the Circuit Festival, which is Asia's biggest gay festival, which is coming right here to Pattaya on the weekend of 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Now, last but not least, in terms of festivals, is there's also the same weekend as those big pride parades. The Pattaya Festival, which is a separate festival, but they do yearly, is also taking place. This also has a parade. They love parades around here. And this is actually the Neon Parade. Last year, this was our most watched live video and most watched video afterwards, because this is a parade that they perform at night where all the performers are lit up in neon, glow in the dark, all sorts of DJ floats to celebrate Pattaya and the tourism spirit of Pattaya. Actually, I lied. We do have even one more event for you with another parade, actually 5 parades in one day. You can't get enough of parades, can you? This will actually be on June 17th, and this is to stop teens and youth from getting on drugs. There will be a variety of parades on Pattaya Beach Road throughout the day with all sorts of different organizations and administrations, 5 separate ones, to get people to stop using drugs. Now, events are pretty much the major focus of this broadcast today, but I do have 2 quick stories for you before I let you guys go. In the past week or so that I've been gone, our biggest story was that a Russian couple was out strolling on Jomtien Beach, as we all do, around 10:30 p.m. last week, when all of a sudden a transgender individual approached them and decided to give them hugs, and like many people do, they decided to hug them back. And they did hugs, they took a selfie together, and this really friendly, for no reason, right, transgender person went on their way. Well, later on, as you probably expected, the Russian couple discovered that their jewelry and their money was gone. So they went to Pattaya police, who reviewed CCTV and found out that yes, indeed, this had happened, and managed to track down the transgender thief, who had fled to Bangkok after pawning one of the gold necklaces, but decided to return to the scene of the crime to try to pawn another piece of jewelry they stole from the couple. This is when Pattaya police swept in and arrested the transgender suspect, who admitted to the crime. The Russian couple thanked Pattaya police from the bottom of their hearts for helping them out. Our second story is more of a humorous aspect than an actual story. So in the past couple of days, our #1 most viewed photo was of 2 gentlemen that, as many people do in Pattaya, had a big night out and collapsed on Pattaya Beach after a night of heavy drinking. This photo was shared thousands of times and went viral, with many people saying that they've had nights like this in Pattaya and others saying that they were not. Now, at the time, one of the men was actually taken to a local hospital, but luckily he was able to recover, and both men were able to find their accommodation and were safe even after this somewhat embarrassing incident. Their faces weren't shown though, so nobody knows who they really were. We'd also like to thank one of our sponsors, Trillion Club, which has just opened up in the Walking Street area on Soi 16. Now, if you haven't checked out Trillion Club yet, not only is it a pool party and a club, and actually one of the best things about it is it's got a brilliant mookata. We'll throw in some video footage at the end of this. So if you're looking to either end your evening or start your evening on Walking Street with some delicious Thai food, they also serve Indian and some Western food also, check out Trillion Club right in the Walking Street area. Until next week, as always, everybody, take care of yourselves, and that's right, each other.